Are you thinking about getting your real estate license in the state of Louisiana? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you a complete step-by-step guide on how to get started and get your real estate license. My name is Chris. I've been a licensed agent for the past 10 years, and I've helped hundreds of people get started with their real estate license. Before we dive into the video, make sure to grab my free real estate license starter kit. There's a link down in the description below where you can download it. Everything in this video plus more is inside that guide, so make sure to check that out. Also, down in the description below, you're going to find a link to the real estate school that I personally recommend. The reason I love this school is it's flexible, affordable, and they're fully state approved in the state of Louisiana. Also, they have a pass or don't pay guarantee. And the reason this is so important is because they stand behind what they're teaching and they believe they can help you pass the exam, which is super important. So if you want to check them out, there's an affiliate link down below where you'll be able to access different sales and discounts. So make sure to check that out as well. So one of the very first steps of this process is meeting some of the basic requirements. In the state of Louisiana, you're going to be required to be 18 years old or older. You must have a high school diploma or a GED, and you must be a US citizen or a legal resident. Another important thing to know is you must be able to pass a background check. So if there's something on your background that might prevent you from getting licensed, make sure to reach out to the Real Estate Commission ahead of time and have that conversation. Step number 2 is completing your pre-license education. And in the state of Louisiana, you're required to complete 90 hours of state-approved pre-license education classes. Now, one of the most important things to note is these classes must be state-approved. And yes, I know, 90 hours sounds like a ton of time to invest, and it is. But the good news is you can do these classes in person or online. The route I personally suggest is doing them online. It's a lot more convenient and flexible, but you can choose whatever option is best for you. Inside these classes, you're going to learn a ton of new things, such as real estate law, real estate finance, ethics, and these are all things that you're going to use in the real estate field. But on top of that, you're going to need to pay attention because the real estate exam is difficult, and this is the time you want to really focus and learn all these key concepts. Step number 3 is scheduling and passing your real estate exam. The exams in Louisiana are administered by PSI Exams, and when you want to schedule your exam, you can do this online through their website, or you can give them a call. Just give them a 24-hour notice in advance. On test day, you're going to want to bring 2 basic things. One is a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam, and you also want to bring 2 forms of identification. You can use things such as a US passport, your driver's license, a credit card, a debit card. All these things will work. Just make sure to bring 2 forms of identification on test day. Okay, so now you're probably wondering what the exam is actually like. And when you walk into the testing center, you're gonna notice that there are actually 2 real estate exams. You have a state-specific portion of the exam and a national portion of the exam. Now you can fail one and pass the other and just come back and retake the one that you failed. That's the good news. Now, both of these exams are multiple choice, so make sure you take your time and read each question multiple times before you finally submit your answer. This is super important because what's going to happen is if you rush through this exam, a lot of times these questions can be set up in a way that's a little tricky, and you might actually fail the exam when you really had the knowledge to be able to pass it. So don't rush through this exam. You have plenty of time to complete it. Just make sure that you read each question multiple times and then circle back to the questions that you just don't know the right answer to right away. Now, once you complete your exam, the good news is you're going to know right away if you passed or failed. Now, a passing score to this exam is a 75% score or higher. Now, if you failed the exam, don't beat yourself up too much. It definitely doesn't mean you're going to be a bad real estate agent. I know so many agents that failed the exam multiple times, they never quit, and then they went on to be super successful real estate agents. So it doesn't mean you're going to be bad as an agent. It just means you have to study harder and give it another try. Now, if you did pass the exam, this is great news because you're one step closer to actually getting your real estate license. So definitely take time to celebrate that win. Step number 4 is completing your real estate background check and getting your fingerprinting done. Your fingerprinting can be submitted to the Louisiana State Police, and your background check must be done before applying for your license. And that's actually step number 5. Let's talk about applying for your license. The way to submit your license application is right through the Louisiana Real Estate Commission. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to package up all the information you've done so far, such as your completed pre-license education, your past real estate exam, and proof that you get your background check done and your fingerprinting. and you're going to want to send that out with your real estate license application. Once you sent out your license application, it's time to move on to step number 6, and that's picking your sponsoring broker. This is one of the most fun and exciting parts of the process, but it's also one of the most important. Because if you pick the wrong sponsoring broker, then you're probably going to set yourself back and you might not find the right mentor. So I want to give you a couple of the most important questions to ask when you're picking your first brokerage. The very first question is, what kind of mentorship and training do you have for brand new agents that start out at your brokerage? This is very important. Are you going to have access to a one-on-one mentor that you can call at any time, or they just have a couple generic classes that you can pop and do here and there? Those are two very different things. And you want to find out if you're going to have an actual real estate mentor to call and talk to when you're running into challenges and when you're building your business, or if it's just going to be a couple classes that they offer every month. That's a very important question. The second question to ask is, how are you going to actually help me grow and market my business? One of the most challenging problems new agents face is that they can't figure out how to get new clients. And this is why they fail out of the business. So I would highly suggest that you take the time to ask this question and pick a brokerage that's going to help you grow your business in a way that you're comfortable doing so. Also, if you need extra support and resources such as real estate leads, you might want to ask the broker if they have any real estate teams that you can apply for within the brokerage. And the last question to ask is, what kind of fees and commission splits do they offer? The very first question to ask is about the fees, because if you're a brand new agent and you're getting hit with fees every month before you're even closing deals, this can get really expensive and really discouraging. Some brokerages have no fees every month. Others have a small fee, and then some cost hundreds of dollars per month to become a part of. So make sure to ask this question ahead of time. The next question to ask is all about the commission splits. Commission splits are important, but it's not the ultimate thing. I would much rather see you go to a brokerage that has a lower commission split, but much higher support and training, because at the end of the day, 100% of nothing is still nothing. And we want to make sure you get your career off the ground and successful as quickly as possible. Now that you have the complete step-by-step breakdown on how to get licensed, you probably have some questions. And I want to answer some of the most important questions that I commonly get asked. The first question I get asked is, how much does it cost to get your Louisiana real estate license? I would estimate anywhere between $700 and $1,000 to get your license. Another question I get asked is, how long does it take to get your real estate license? This typically takes between 8 and 12 weeks, depending on how fast you go through this process and how motivated you are to get this done. Some people go through it at a much slower pace, and other people move along much quicker. But I would estimate on average 8 to 12 weeks, which isn't too bad. Another question I often get is the real estate exam hard? And the truth is, yes, it can be hard. A lot of people fail the exam, but it doesn't have to be this way, because there are so many real estate exam prep tools available that can help you pass the exam. One I personally like is called CompuCram. And CompuCram is good because what they do is they put you through test-like simulations that are very similar to what's on the actual real estate exam. And what's going to happen with that is you're going to get to practice, and practice makes perfect. And you're going to get to find out what things you're doing well, what things you're not doing well, and then double down on the things that you really need to focus on and study on so you have the confidence going into the exam on test day. So if you want to check that out, there's an affiliate link down below to CompuCram as well. And the last question I get is, can I do this career part-time? And the answer to that is absolutely. I've seen so many agents start out part-time. Many keep their part-time job or their full-time job and do real estate. And then eventually some of those people, they end up doing real estate full-time because they really love it and they build a great business. And then they transition away from their full-time job or their part-time job. But the good thing about real estate is it's totally flexible and you can build the kind of business that you want to build, whether that's building an empire and doing 20, 30, 40 deals a year, or if it's starting out part-time and seeing if this is the right thing for you. The best thing about it is it's entirely flexible and you can build it the way you want to build it. If you have more questions, make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you ASAP. Also, if you like this video, make sure to smash the like button. I really check these videos, and if you do like them, it shows me that it's helping people, and I'll continue to make this kind of content all about getting licensed and starting your career. Also, subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be coming out with more content all about getting started with your real estate career and getting your real estate license. Thanks again for tuning in, and you have an awesome day.